Hello everybody, this is Vince Roll, and this is part 13 of Radical Dreamers. I have no idea how much longer this game is going to be, but this is one of those games that I felt it was going to be a lot shorter than this. I promise you guys that I'm going to do like a shorter series next time around. But, we were just leaving the armory, we just talked to Esmeld. Sorry, I just got so intent of watching my face going back and forth into such a swag manner. God, I said swag manner. Anyway, let's just go to the game before I decide to be really even stupider. There we go. Back to the game. Heading away from the armory, we come upon an upward staircase to the right. The passage also continues headward. Let's continue. So I think we just came down the stairs. After a little while, the passage ends at a small door. Hey, I smell home cooking. Oh shit, yeah, gotta do it. We're going in. My ass is hungry now. It's just a small kitchen. Well, the servants probably. I look around the tiny room. There's a sink, pots, pans, and a bunch of food in the cupboards. A rat hangs in the cage at the corner, but aside from that, it's a pretty average kitchen. Kid walks over to the deep saucepan and peers inside. Smells fresh. Want some grub, Serge? Excuse me, everybody. Sorry about that. You know what? Let's go for it. I've said I'm hungry, so I'm sure we're gonna eat some random food. I timidly peer into the saucepan. It looks like some sort of stew. Using the ladle on the stove, I reach in and take a big scoop. Oh. Why would I care? If it's good, it's good. Delicious. Kid looks at me again. After a moment of hesitation, she comes over. Quit hogging it all for yourself, mate, she says, taking the ladle and sniffing the warm mixture. Want some, Magil? No, thank you. We take some bowls from the shelves and serve ourselves some more. As we eat more and more, the stew's warmth flows all through us. I feel great. And we're getting healed again. Yes. Now, I might not die in 2 hits, maybe 3. 3, because I need to get used to the camera deal. But then all of a sudden, a quiet, shrill voice echoes out. It seems to be coming from over by the cage. Ah, what an independent young lad. Are all the boys wearing berets these days? I stop and look at Kid. Who's there? Looking over in the direction of the voice, we see nothing but the single rat. It stares at us with its small, beady eyes. Ah, excuse me, you're a girl, not a boy. It looks like Kid can't decide whether to be puzzled or infuriated by all this, but just between you and me, I don't think this is the first time her personally has led someone to think that she's a guy. At any rate, the brown rat continues. Listen, please, kind humans. I am trapped within a most unfortunate situation. While on my way to the kitchen this morning to bring home some food for my mother, goblins seized me and trapped me in here in this cage. Unless I can escape, I am to be a side dish for their next meal. It's a shame because I actually killed all the goblins. Ha ha ha. A side dish? Listening to the rat, Kid walks over to the sink. Please, you must help me. My desperately ill mother awaits my return, the rat pleads, its eyes twinkling in the light. However, I look over towards Kid. She's over by the sink, her face getting redder and redder. Stupid rat, don't even know a lady when you see one, Kid yells, stomping out into the kitchen. Oh, young lady, I did not mean to. With Kid gone, the rat turns toward me. Brother, help me. Help it. I understand. I open the cage door. The rat quickly scurries out. The rat laughs as a strange smile comes over its face. You really are a bunch of fools. Spitting out those words, the rat suddenly starts to tremble before rapidly growing in size, growing larger and larger by the second. Ugh. Yay. It's a griffin! Oh god! Not again. Alright. Safe state. Stupid humans, you're just in time for lunch. My mother's, that is. Damn it, Serge, you walked right into its trap. Oh man, what was I thinking? The griffin rises up on its hind legs, screeching and flapping its huge wings. Suddenly, its sharp talons swoop down at us. Jump back. I frantically tried to dodge the beast, hoping to avoid those terrifying 3-inch claws. I managed to avoid its blow, but now I'm cornered into the back of the room. As it inches near me for the strike, it rises up its hind legs once again, this time even higher than before. However, in a moment of blind luck, the griffin suddenly loses balance on the slippery floor and comes crashing to the ground. Wow, talk about close calls. I let out a breath of relief as I stand over the griffin wondering what to do next. So, you ugly little rat, who's stupid?
Wait. Please, I beg you, kind, beautiful young human girl. I am aware of valued information. If you promise to spare my life, I will tell you a special secret of the mansion.
I don't know. You lied to her, really, you bugger. I'd rather just kill you and have it over better with. I'd rather just kill you and have it be over with, Kid says, taking a step closer. Good. Kid, let us hear what he has to say, Magel says, coming between them. Kid pauses for a second and then steps back.
Thank you.
Nah, that would have been fun, Kid says, shrugging.
One day you too may find yourselves within my situation, caged on all sides. If such a fate comes to pass, remember these directions and your life shall be spared. Right 3 steps, 2 left steps, right 2 steps, and then you'll see.
Oh God. 322. Shouldn't be that hard to come across. No sooner than it says that, the griffin transforms back into the right, scurrying off into the cracks of the wall. I sure hope sparing that thing was worth it. Who knows when it'll sneak up on us next. Yeah. Yeah, indeed. Before long, we come to the extending staircase on the left. The passageway also continues on ahead. Alright, we're going up the stairs this time around, because we're going to go back to the door. I'm sure we're going to end up getting locked, so we got 322, 322, 322, 223. Alright, we head up to the narrow stairwell with Kid leading the way. Coming to the top, we're faced with a dimly lit corridor. We head down it, quietly masking our steps. Continuing on through the passage, eventually we come to a branch. If we turn left, we'll be taken back to the atrium. Heading straight through will take us to the catacombs. Alright, we want to go straight because the whole point is we're going to the catacombs. After a bit of walking, we come to an old-looking door with a brass handle. Okay, the goblin key should open this. That looks too proper for Kid. Okay, the goblin's key should open this door, Kid says, putting the key into the lock. With a click, the door unlocks. The door opens to the deep creek. Deep creek. Damp air creeps up from below, peering into the dark, decrepit place. I wonder how I ever got talked into coming to a place like this. Indeed, Serge, I'm with you with there. We find ourselves in a long hallway flanked on both sides by rows of countless jail cells. The cold iron bars stretch out in front of us endlessly. 1, 2... Oh. Gorba, Merkid, Zorander, forgive me. Random names? A quiet, sobbing voice seems to be coming from the third cell on the right. I peer around the corner into the cell. In this dim, damp space, an old man sits in the solitude, quietly mumbling to himself. Hey, mister. Everyone. And it was all because of me. Every last one of the dragoons. Miss Riddell, even the general, forgive me. It's Radius! That's who that is. Ignoring us, the old man continues to mutter, staring at the floor as he rocks back and forth. Hey, can you hear me, Kid says, shaking the bars a little. But I didn't. Okay. He will not hear a thing. He has constructed a wall around himself, Magel says. What do you mean, I ask Magel. A wall used for shielding one's mind from reality. After being exposed to horrific events, tremendous amounts of pain and guilt have this effect on a person. He has made a safe world inside of his own mind, where he retreats into. From there, he refuses to acknowledge anything he does not want to admit. I noticed that talking about this in his... I noticed that talking about this is giving Magel a sort of sad, lost look in his face. Noticing my glance, he quickly turns away from me. Strange. Magel somehow reminded me of Kid just then. When Magel turns back, his usual blank expression has returned. Does this make sense to you, Serge? Magel asks. It does. I'm not going to make him explain any farther. Magel continues looking Kid and me, we rarely see the walls we're trapped within. However, given time, some can come to understand and possibly even break free of these shortcomings. I wait for Magil to finish, but he doesn't end up saying anything. I'd ask, but oh well. The mind revealing itself to itself. We can't help so, Gazel. Let's get back to work, Kid says, already heading for the door. Wait, Kid, Magil calls out. Somehow or another we may yet find a way to this man's mind. What good will that do? Didn't you hear what he was talking about? The dragoons, Riddell, General Viper. Oh, he's probably just into old folklore or something, Kid says, returning to the door. I have a feeling his knowledge will prove to be useful. Certainly he has heard something of importance concerning our situation, Magil says. Well, I guess we ought to help the old bloke. Hope this old bloke with his troubles while we're here. What do you say? Kid asks. Somehow we have to put it into this confusion. Huh? Kid asks, looking up. You got a problem with me? Eh? No, that's not what I meant. But before I can explain, Kid's fist suddenly flies into my face. Narrowly avoiding the blow, I look up to see Magil starting to speak again. We must find a way to reach beyond his wall. For every locked door there exists a key, so to speak. We will never make any progress with this man until we know what lies in his past. What are you talking about, a key? Kid asks. I do not know either, Magil answers. However, there is at least one person in Viper Manor who does. Riddell! Indeed. Leaving the endless rows of cells behind, we head back to the passageway. That means we're going to Riddell's room, aren't we? Alright. Heading away from the catacombs, we eventually come to a split. Turning right heads back to the atrium, while proceeding straight through will take us to the downward staircase. Wait. I'm going to go back to the atrium, so we're going to turn right. After heading down the dark, dingy passageway for a while, eventually I start to smell the pungent odor of dead fish. It's good to know they're dead now. But, really? We return to the atrium. Ahead of us we see another archway, which will take us back to the upward staircase and eventually links us in Riddell's quarters. See, I forgot what that room looked like. We come to a branch after a ways. To our right lies a staircase going up, while the start of a dark passageway directly ahead. I'm gonna think it's the passageway. We're gonna go down. All of a sudden, a chilly wind blows past me. Not only that, but also a thick fog is starting to accumulate all around us. We're in trouble. It's a poltergeist. Don't move. Saving state? I don't know. Just in case. Kid's whispering does nothing but add to my increasingly fear of dread. How are we supposed to fight something that doesn't even have a body? From beside me, a low voice starts to echo throughout a dim hallway. It's Magil. He seems to be starting some kind of incantation, but what am I going to do in the meantime? We're gonna hide behind Magil this time. I run and hide behind Magil, but this only seems to draw the poltergeist's attention. It blows a gust of wind in my direction, and suddenly I find myself hurling through the air, crashing into a nearby wall. A moment later, I'm starting to feel lightheaded. Suddenly, I feel incredibly tired. I open my eyes, only to see that there's a chilling fog all around me. It must be starting to drain my life force. I've got to stop it before it sucks me dry. I try to dissipate the fog by waving my arms around, but it doesn't seem to do anything. Getting so tired. It feels as though I'm sinking deeper and deeper into an icy tomb as I continue to get sleepier and sleepier. Good cold. A moment later, I feel the warm grip of Magil's hand seize the back of my neck. He begins to chant, and a soft blue light surrounds my field of vision. His words reverberate inside my head, and suddenly the fog dissipates. There we go. Serge! No. Serge, hey Serge, you're still with us! I hear as I realize someone's slapping me again and again. Kid! Dazed, I stumble back to my feet. All this magic is making me dizzy. If the kind of the poltergeist attack directly through your body, Serge, Magil says, you will survive. And we're at the 15-minute mark. We didn't even make it to Riddell's room.
Oh, how saddening.
Oh, God.
This is a lot longer of a game than I really realized. But thank you everybody for joining me on Radical Dreamers Part 12. Stay tuned next time for Radical Dreamers Part 13, where we get to go to Riddell's room and find out if that old man really is Radius or not. Alright. Hey, come on now. Alright. Stop recording. Still not voice activated.